and seem to have kind of a bit of a cold.
Oh, that's no good. Hope you
Mm.
get to feeling better. That stinks, but I guess it happens as the weather starts to cool down. Yeah, Lucas, how's it going, man? Hunt rolled into one. So let me throw it over to you, Lucas. If you can give us a recap, what was the thinking behind it? How did it all play out from your perspective? Let's get an inside look.
Sure, sure. So, like you said, Stepn 4 is, Stepn is yearly tradition now, and this year we celebrated the fourth anniversary of Stepn, the first birthday of Stepn Go as well. So we wanted to have an homage of the to the crypto culture, everything we've been through since 2021. So every capsule, every week had different mechanisms with different theme of skins as well. So each week, 3 skins, 6 in total for each app, and uh, we were trying to tell a story with every single skin. So Memecoin, ATH, Rugpros, BlackRock, Jerry's Marathon Shoe, a little bit of everything since 2021, basically.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It was cool to see all the skins, and honestly, like the last 4 years have been a wild ride, not just with Stepn, but in the space in general, right? So it was a bit of nostalgia, and actually a lot of nostalgia, and so yeah, and then there was actually that mystery element on top of it all was the seed phrase hunt. So everybody was losing their minds. I know I got some DMs which I obviously did not answer. Everybody was trying to find the clues. So what was that like from your side?
Yeah, exactly. So it was very interesting to see how things played out. So that was kind of the hidden challenge running under the surface of Stepn 4. We had 2 secret wallets, one for Stepn, one for Stepn Go. Of course, each wallet was protected by a seed phrase, so 12 words in total. And all the clues were scattered across visual tweets, inside NFT designs, websites. So we started to put some clues in the wild. So we prepared a long time in advance, and it was great to see people trying to crack the seed phrase. In the end, 2 people found the seed phrases, and both of them had all the skins, which means they got the full price of 7,000 USD. So it was great to see the community coming together and having fun collaborating in the search of the seed phrase.
It was funny too seeing people come together, but also knowing that that there was going to be one or technically two winners, I guess. So it was chaos on the X timeline. People posting screenshots in the middle of their nighttime. It was exhilarating. Lucas, what was your favorite part?
Exactly. Well, as the guy behind the idea of doing the seed phrase, I think I was really reassured to see that everything went to plan. First of all, and then, like you said, of course, favorite parts is the energy around the event. Seeing people trying to find the seed phrase and being patiently waiting for the final clues, the order of the words. So yeah, it's great to see that we have a really involved community in this kind of events, and we could tell also that some people put a lot of work into finding the clues because, for example, the Stepn Go seed phrase was found before we reveal the clues order and before we reveal the last words of the seed phrase as well. which means some people had some sort of system to crack the seed phrase before we reveal everything, which is kind of great to see that people are involved that much in such an event.
No, it was fun. Seeing the energy still high. I guess like Stepn sort of felt like a full circle moment. Like I said earlier, you know, the nostalgia not just from the sneaker skins, but honestly, you know, just the last few years altogether, seeing how everything has come together, seeing the community still like excited about the updates. So I got to ask, you know, you and I were around in the early days. We didn't get close until I guess, you know, I started working at FSL and saw you and met in Paris. But, you know, how did it feel from your perspective seeing everybody jump in like they did? And obviously, like, you know, the participation seemed wild. What were you expecting that level of turnout?
Yes and no, in the sense that I know from previous events that when we do big stuff like that, people turn up. I'm thinking, for example, of the Guinness World Record last year, where we had a huge amount of people running, over 40,000 people doing their mile in a 24-hour time. So I was expecting some people turning up to the events. Honestly, I wasn't expecting as much as we did. Just to share some numbers, because I know people love it when we share some numbers. So I will share a few. We had a total people got this specific skin only. So what impressed me as well is how many players actually managed to get all 6 skins in their app, because it was extremely difficult. Actually, you had to be really involved in the events. I know personally I missed 1 or 2 skins, one of the soulbound, due to lack of time, which I regret kind of. But a little over 4% of the total participant got 6 of the 6 skins on both apps combined, which is a big number. And like I was saying before, the 2 winners of the seed phrase hunt also had the 6 skins, which means they were genuine players that just didn't buy from the marketplace, but actually participated in the events. So yeah, watching how that unfolded make me like really proud of the community we have, and yeah, it's really great.
Lucas, I'm glad you said it because I was never going to admit this. I didn't even admit this privately. I missed one as well, and I didn't realize why, or
Yeah,
honestly, which is embarrassing to say, but I actually missed one as well. And I'm not going to say which one because that'll give away what I did to accidentally miss, and I don't want to embarrass myself any further. So anyway, you know, it's and so dating all the way back to like pre-GMT mining. It's heartwarming and it's really encouraging for the future of FSL and the future of the space. So all right, moving on. I got another question, and this is the big one that was announced Monday that we've seen tons of questions about, tons of buzz about, and I'm sure that you both know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the marathon challenge. So Jan, I'm gonna throw this over to you. I guess let's start first things first. You know, it's
4-year anniversary badge today.
let's
I think,
go.
yeah, the connoisseur badge, which is using Stepn for 4 years. I think I got it early, probably than everybody else, because I was testing the app before even sort of live, you know, in late 2021. So probably give another few months, people are starting to get the final badge, the legendary one.
that's cheating.
No, that's awesome. And I'm sure I'm going to see people like, wait, why does he? How did he get it? Well, it should be obvious, right?
All right. Let's talk about the marathon mode. So it's not the marathon mode, but it's the marathon challenge. So it is a full-on feature, but we didn't build into the app. But you're gonna stay, right? So the marathon challenge is about consistency of using Stepn or Stepn Go every day, and then get rewarded. So how they work is once there's a pop-up on the screen from the Stepn or Stepn Go, you click that, you will be redirected into a website which you can lock 50 GGUSD in order to join the program. And then you have to move for a consecutive of 14 days and burn 2 energy, either in Stepn or Stepn Go. So once you complete the 14 days of challenge, you will get the 50 GGUSD back plus an APY reward from the people who didn't complete the 14 days challenge or even missing 1 day. So if you're missing 1 day, you're out and you lose your $50. The $50 get into the pool and then will be distributed to the people that stayed for a consecutive 14 days of exercise. So it does sounds like a little bit of a zero-sum game, which it is. This is how it's been designed. So the aim is to add some gamification without introducing inflations. So this was actually one of the very, very early stage when we sort of building Stepn Go. We had this idea that this should be, the first draft of Stepn Go is actually we're having a gym membership card. People need to pay to top up the card. It's like you subscribe to any of the gym, right? You pay like a monthly fee, and people that use the gym the most will benefit the most versus the people that actually don't use the gym, right? So this is sort of where the idea coming from of this marathon challenge.
All right, cool, got it. So it's almost like staking your commitment. Like you're literally putting your GGUSD where your steps are, which is really, really cool. How do people actually register for it? Is it done through the app?
Yes, it's done through the app. So there's a pop-up, you click that, and then you subscribe. You see the marathon challenge icon right on the dashboard in both Step and Step and Go. You tap it, you lock your 50 GGUSD, and that will activate your subscription. So it is important to know that each season, we run this in season, right? Each season lasts 12 weeks, and it will broke down into 6 2 weeks round, which equals to 14 days. The first week of each round is the registration period. So you will have the first week subscribing, and then the following 2 weeks are your active days. So for season 1, you can register right now. It will close on the 27th of October at midnight. And then the round 1 will start on the 20th of October.
Okay, so let's break that down in a little bit more. So each season lasts 12 weeks, broken down into 6 2-week rounds. So what exactly happens during those 14 days? I mean, like, do you just need to open the app and move, or is there more to it?
Correct. So it's very simple, right? So you need to burn 2 energy per day, every day, once you subscribe, and you have to do it in your active weeks. And you can do this in Stepn or Stepn Go. So the way we design it, you can split it, right? You can spend 1 energy in Stepn and 1 energy in Stepn Go. As long as you spend 2 energy in total, that's fine. And it's also very important to note that there will be no rest. It's not like that the feed system that you can take 5 days off. Right. In this challenge mode, there's no rest. Right. You missing for 1 day, then that's it, you're out. So the system will track your energy spend and then will sync to your progress the next morning. So once you finish a round successfully, you'll get a cut from the pool of the people who drop out. Plus, there are additional perks. For example, the marathon box that contain different kind of rewards, such as we have a badges, a background, or you have a chance to win sneakers.
Okay, so the next thought, if you don't want to rejoin right away, or maybe you do want to rejoin right away, like how does that work?
So we do have a auto join mechanism, which means that your 50 GGUSD will stay locked and automatically roll over into the next round. And if you want to take a break, you can hit unlock, and then you will get your fund back.
Okay, so that's nice. I like that a lot. Actually, it's not just join and forget. It's actually a system you can manage, which makes sense. Having sort of autonomy over your actions as well, right? So, I guess Lucas, from your side, how do you think the community is reacting so far? What have you seen?
Yeah, it's been pretty encouraging, I would say. We've seen a lot of people registering from the first days without even fully understanding the rules, but just wanting to participate. I've seen mixed feedback on how simple it is. I think on our end, it's very important to make the event relatively simple to understand, but we also got some feedback saying that it should be a bit more complicated or have different levels, etc., etc. So I want to remind everybody also that it's the first season of it. So we want to keep it simple for this one. If the engagement, the participation is great, then we can maybe complicate things in the future and maybe have different levels. Should we have like ultra marathon challenge and you have to 20 energy per day? I don't know if it's a good idea, but yeah. And we have the season pass upcoming as well with Stepn. So it's nice that to see people treating it as something they can grow into and not just a quick event over the long term.
No, and honestly, that's one of my favorite things, just in general, about Web3 is how close the community can be to the team, just in general. And it is a good point too. Like it's simple, and it gives people something to stick with. But the other thing too, and I see a lot of them down in the listener spots right now. But we have an awesome community of ambassadors all over the globe, and they are ready and exciting, and so obviously they are close to the community and are willing to answer any questions. So shout out to all of you champions, absolute legends. So y'all have mentioned the season pass. I know a little bit about this, and it seems like people are curious, and so I'll throw it over to you, Jan. Can you break down the season pass for us, and what exactly does it add to the marathon challenge?
Sure. So season pass is actually a optional upgrade for people who want to get a little bit more out of the marathon challenge. So you will have an additional cost of 20 GGUSD for the full 12 weeks of season. And if you get it, you will unlock a premium reward on top of the base reward. So this is actually happening in many of the games out there that if you subscribe more, there's additional reward. So we play similar games. We get inspired from that. That means things like marathon box, exclusive badges, background started, GGUSD coupon, even raffle mint for marathon sneaker. And we're gonna throw some Genesis sneaker in as well. So the key thing is, right? So the pass doesn't make it easier, right? You still have to finish every week to earn the top reward.
Yep, no, that makes total sense. And the battle pass, the season pass, whatever you want to call it, it's tried and true. It's something that I have in multiple games. Actually, it's something I've had in Call of Duty Mobile forever. So yeah, it makes total sense, and I'm a big fan of that. But we also need to talk about the thing waiting at the end of the season, the Stepenathon. Jan, it sounds like it's the big finale to the whole marathon setup. Can you share a little bit about that? What exactly is it?
Correct. So Stepn is the final challenge on the marathon season. So it's basically this is your chance to put everything you built over those 12 weeks to the test. So this is a 1 week event. You will start from the 19th to the 25th of January next year. Then you have two options. There's 21 kilometers half marathon or a 42 kilometers of full marathon. And you compete this in either Stepn or Stepn Go. So the whole idea is that to turn all the daily consistency into one big challenge of that week.
Okay, so but how do players qualify? Like, can anybody join once it starts, or are there certain qualifications they need to keep in mind?
You need to have a season pass in order to qualify. So basically, that's your entry ticket. And for the Stepn zone, we're probably gonna put some tweet tomorrow to further explain this. But how it works is really that you have to complete all the distance in one go during the specific week. So you have 12 weeks of training with marathon challenge, and then 1 week to complete the marathon or half marathon during the Stepn zone.
So it's like a graduation day, I guess, for everybody that made it through the season. Before y'all ask, yes, I am gonna try to do it. Yes, I need to cut down on Arby's and McDonald's, but you know what? We'll table that discussion for later. What exactly do players get if they finish?
Okay, so there are three main rewards. One is a season one legend badge. Probably I will try somewhat get the badge, finishing this, which will mark that you complete the full challenge, and exclusive background that only be available through the Stepn Zone, and also a spot in the Genesis sneaker raffle with a special edition skin you cannot get anywhere else.
All right, very cool. And this is for Stepn and Stepn Go players, right?
Yeah, both. You can choose where you want to compete your distance, either apps.
All right, very cool. And so I promise this isn't my personal question. This is a question for everybody. The full marathon or the half marathon, that is a lot. So what's the thinking behind setting, I guess, like a big distance goal like that?
It means to be ambitious, and it has to be challenging enough, right? So the marathon challenge is about using your daily consistency, showing up every day, to build up and then to test, right? So the Stepn Zone take the rhyme and channel into one big clear goal. And sometimes, for us, if you don't set the bar very high, then you never achieve it, right? So maybe if we set to full marathon, even compete a half marathon, it's still very much of an achievement. So I actually started working on improve my running last month. So now I'm pushing from 3 kilometers per day now to 8 kilometers per day. Maybe give another 3-4 months, I probably can get half marathon done in time, next year.
No, that's awesome. That's a lot of progress too. That's a lot. I've never ran very much until like the last couple of years, and so I see that as well. 8 kilometers a day is hefty, and so yeah, that's cool. It's motivation. It's giving everybody a reason to keep training during those 12 weeks and something to look forward to at the end. So yeah, I know it's not always about the destination. It's about the journey, but in this case, you get both, right? So Lucas, what do you think this adds for the community side of things?
Good question. I think it's like a shared finish line, in the sense that everyone has been doing their daily runs on their own. Will have been doing their daily runs on their own for the marathon challenge, and Stepnathon brings everybody together. The sense of like we are finishing season 1 all together, this challenge together. So to me, it's a way to encourage people to run this Stepnathon together. I hope we'll have some IRL events for that as well. That would be amazing. And it's also a great way to start the new year. Like you said, it will be in January, when everybody sets goal. So we take things in advance. We set the goal in October for January next year. That way you have time to prepare and not getting injured for the Stepnathon.
Yeah, that's cool. I like the idea of a shared finish line, and I also like the idea of getting a head start on those New Year's resolutions, right? So you're going to be ahead, ideally, when most people around the world get started on their New Year's resolutions. We're going to have a head start. I'm going to put you on the spot, Lucas. Are you going to do it? No excuses.
If you put me on the spot during the town hall, I will have to do it. My issue is that I tend to run in the mountains where there's no cellular data at all. So I'll probably have to stick to the road running this time, which I don't really like, but I'll do it for the Stepn community.
So I said no excuses, and you already are giving excuses. I'm going to reiterate, Lucas, no excuses. We're all going to check your distance that week. I have I'm going to mark this down right now on my calendar. We're going to check it, and we're going to hold you accountable. And no, we're not going to hold me accountable. Just you. You're the only one that matters here. Okay.
Nice. Good to have you hosting the town hall. A pleasure.
Okay, well, you haven't seen anything yet. You just wait till the end. Okay, so Jan already mentioned this, but speaking of new stuff, I noticed something pop up in the app recently. And funny enough, I already knew about it. Perks, right? We've got new badges. Saw people flexing them already. Jan is already flexing on the town hall. But Lucas, you want to tell us what that's all about?
Yeah, definitely. So like you said, we released new badges. They are called Daily Dynamo. Basically, they are linked to how many days you've performed in Stepn. So non-consecutive days. It's not a streak. It's just how many days have you used the app since the launch. Of course, we had to make them retroactive. So if you have already been active before the badge is launched, you just have to go in the app, do a small run to synchronize everything, and you will be able to claim your badge right away. It's a really simple way to make your daily effort visible, and we will do our best to keep releasing badges from time to time because we know the community likes it. We also enjoy working on those badges ideas. So yeah, definitely let us know if you have badge suggestions. You can suggest via the mods, via the ambassadors. You can also ping us on X or anywhere, and we'll check on those suggestions definitely.
All right, very cool. Which one did you get?
I think I got the rare one. Is it 600? I didn't get the epic one, unfortunately. I'll have to check on the reason why, but yeah, it's the one I got.
Yeah, I got the epic
Man,
one.
you're just yeah, Jan's dunking on you again, Lucas.
Right.
Rightfully so, right? Those 8 kilometers a day are paying off now, and they've been paying off all along, I see. All right. So more badges are live. Absolutely love that. So I guess like now that the Stepn Marathon has literally just launched, I've got to ask about something else. I've got to tread carefully here, Jan. Need to be really careful. But I've got to ask, are you already planning the next feature? And what's coming up for Stepn Go? See that all over the place. I guess, what are you working on right now?
Yes, so we mentioned this actually last time during the last town hall. So the team is working on the next feature, which we said is the social feature, and Lucas actually testing that at the moment. So it is designed to bring people a little closer together inside the Stepn Go, and more interaction and connection. We're testing this internally, a few people, and we have some feedback. So we basically are working on improving that. So the early sort of a test version is ready, but we don't feel comfortable release it. We want to test it more, tweak it a little bit more. Apart from that, we are also working on other quality of life fix and a little update for a while. So yeah, so we can't share the timeline now. It really depends on how that team taking the feedback and tweaks things a little bit. So we will release that once we see the time fit.
All right, fair enough. Keeping a few cards close to the chest, which is I think is a good thing. We'll just say that it's social, it's coming, and you're testing it already. And so it's mid-October, and we all know what's coming up. My favorite holiday of the year, Halloween. So Lucas, let me throw it over to you. Do we have anything special planned for Halloween this year in Stepn?
Yes, we do, definitely. And I wish I could share the details, but for some reason, which is that we are doing the Halloween event with a partner this year, I can't really share much details yet. So yeah.
I'm gonna squeeze you because I told you I would. With a partner, can we get a little clue? I think you need to spill any kind of alpha, maybe just one little hit. I'm not gonna move forward unless we get a tiny little something. So the floor is yours, Lucas.
Yeah, today is my day. That's nice. I mean, I knew you'd ask, but I still can't say anything specific enough for anybody to guess at the moment. What I can say is this partner is really tied to my childhood. So video games, animated IP, that, I mean, probably anyone from my generation will know. Honestly, it feels nostalgic, and I think a lot of people are going to feel the same when they see who it is. And I've got to say, they are probably the best and funniest designs in terms of sneakers we've ever done. And that's probably as much as I could say. So I'll stop here.
No, that's I think that's a good tease. You're not giving it away, but I'm sure everybody's curious now, right? So we're all going to be watching, and I guess can you tell us at least when it'll be announcing, or is that still something you're keeping locked up tight to?
You should know more next week. But in the meantime, we're also having a big FSL Halloween event that's called Trick or Treats, and it runs until October 24th. So just switching topics here, basically. You can collect haunted GG boxes by engaging across all FSL platforms. So that's to keep you waiting for the partnership event. And those boxes, they can include Genesis Stepn sneakers, they can include GMT pay cards, GGUSD, merch coupons, special skin sneakers, and other surprises. So yeah, there's that as well.
Another mechanic and something that I absolutely love, mystery box, loot crates, whatever you want to call it. Massive fan of those. How do you participate in this?
Yeah, so like I said, you can engage across all FSL platforms. So you can earn those boxes by using energy in Stepn or Stepn Go, by buying GMT pay cards, by holding GGUSD during the event, leveling up in 2184, joining more auctions as a More Plus member, solving the Game Hub World Hunt between the 18th or 23rd. So yeah, lots of ways to participate, and the box can be traded before being opened. So you can also enjoy that side of the event as well. After the event ends, the players can open the boxes using haunted keys to reveal the rewards inside the box.
Absolutely love it, man. FSL goes spooky, Halloween, exciting stuff. This is something that I absolutely love. I keep near and dear to my heart, being BD and all for FSL. But let me tell you, or let me ask you actually, is that the only partnership on the horizon, or do we have more coming after Halloween?
We do have more coming, indeed. And the Halloween one is up first, but the next partnership is going to be very big and different. Without spoiling too much, it's going to be including a physical component. So I'll stop here, basically.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'll let you stop there. You shared enough.
Yeah.
You've shared enough. So, all right, that's cool. We'll keep an eye out for that one. And so, I guess like before we move on, just wanted to take a quick moment to I guess like talk about something a little bit more personal. So, there's been a lot of chatter on the timeline. The last couple of weeks have been wild in Web3 in general, right? Like crazy things that we've never seen, like 2 Fridays in a row, and then all kinds of chatter all over the timeline as well, like wild times in the space we're in. So I guess like Jan, if it's okay with you, just want to throw it over to you to like I guess sort of share some sentiment with the community if you
Yes,
want.
yes. I think we just witnessed the biggest liquidation event in the entire of the crypto history on the 11th of October. And personally, I went through three, and yeah, it's pretty bad actually. So especially that you are on leverage. The first time I was on leverage, it was 2019 and got liquidated, and it wasn't fun. So the external environment has been really volatile, and you know, and also the industry has become extremely impatient. I think this year, and also we can see the cycle also become extremely quick. There has been at least 4 to 5 extremely up and down this year, right? Which we never seen something like this before. So I think one thing we want to address is that doesn't matter what happened externally of the whole industry or the trade war or what happened, you know, from Trump, we'll always be there to serve the community. And our foundation remains, which is to stay healthy, stick together as a community, and be sustainable. So the pathway ahead, especially now, with all things happen around us, might not always be straight, but I think as we keep moving together, we can progress this as a team and as a community.
Yeah, thank you, Jan. Yeah, I hope that means a lot to everybody listening, and I can confidently say that I am so proud to be on a team that just builds and builds and builds, and sort of blocks out the noise and continues to build and ship and launch partnerships. It's really something that I'm proud of, and I think we should all be proud of it. A team that is built by real people that deeply care about what they do, what we do, and about the community as well. So thanks again, Jan. Really appreciate that. And now, on a totally different note, I saw something pop up the other day, and I'm going to ask you, was it real? Did somebody actually say that you could win an iPhone 17 just by buying a GMT pay card?
That's correct, actually. Actually, a bit nostalgia because our first, the very first Stepn event on Twitter was giving away iPhone. I think that was iPhone 13 or something. Like actually 4 years ago. So we did a special Mid Autumn Festival campaign for GMT Pay, which every card you bought came with this GMT Pay box, and some of them have really fun surprise inside, and including the iPhone 17, which is GGUSD equivalent basically. You can use the card to buy the iPhone.
It's
Yeah.
wild. So you buy a prepaid card, and instead of just getting that, you might end up with sneakers. You might end up with coupons and an iPhone 17.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's
yeah.
sick. Yeah, no, it's really great. Yeah, it's the simplest payment method that I've seen in Web3, and it is actually something that I use. It's like we talked about. We talked about like a long time ago, years ago, when we first won the marathon challenge, like the marathon spaces rather, leading up to GMT Pay. Like, how cool would it be if you were able to immediately turn around and take your earnings from Stepn and do something tangible with it? And we're here now, which is crazy to think like that's how far we've come. So, yeah. Payment method in Web3 that gives you rewards. I don't really think you can beat that, right?
Such a long journey. When we trying to get it's technically PayFact, right? So we're trying to get the channel ready. We went like a super big circle to finding the right bank to work with, and also the right channel to settle with them. And also to make the whole thing actually easy. But again, so this is what we're trying to do, which we trying to fulfill our promises, enabling people to buy coffee, buy things through Stepn, having a channel that they can turn into a fiat. I think that's all. I think fun, interesting. I think so. Yeah, but for the reward part is for the mid autumn festival, right? So you buy a car, you got a box. I think we're taking a pound from the festival. You see the moon and you dry the season.
No, very cool. And so, if I'm not mistaken, I remember originally the campaign was supposed to end on October. I can't remember what the day was. It was a few days ago, but it got extended, right?
Yeah. So we extended for additional 2 weeks, so more people can join. And if you haven't actually grabbed a GMT Pay card, you can do it now. So the whole campaign is still active, and you can still literally buy a part today and get your GMT Pay box, and maybe walk away with iPhone 17 or a mooncake sneaker.
That's your cue, everybody. Go get a card while it's still running.
It-
Crypto mooncakes.
It's
I'm a big.
Yeah, so the thing with the pound is that traditionally, right, when you're buying a mooncake, it come actually with like a tin or a steel box, and most of the family, we talked about like 20 years ago, right? Most of the family will keep the box and use it for like putting needles or uh, you know small things, right? So thread, needle when they're trying to stitch up things, medicine, right? So it's become some sort of a tradition, right? So you have to buy mooncake, you keep the box, you put stuff inside.
Jan, you just unlocked the core memory from my childhood.
It's like a childhood memory. Yeah.
No, it really is. Like I'm now thinking about all of these like tins and the random cookie tins
Yeah, it was a
that we
cookie,
store
right?
stuff in.
It was a cookie,
Yeah.
a box, and whenever you see, oh, there's a cookie inside, and then it's actually, sewing kit, and I got massive disappointed.
Like a sewing kit or
Yeah,
like cards of some kind or pins or like some little something. It was always a little surprise. You open up these little tins, it's literally anything. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, so like we got a lot of things: moon cakes, sneakers, tins, and crypto. Right, quite the combination. So it's exciting. So I guess like I mentioned it earlier, just a shout out to a lot of our champions, a lot of the community worldwide. Right, like there are so many IRL events that are happening, that have been happening, and that are happening right now, and some that are coming up, and I don't think there's another project in Web3 that are doing this many real world meetups and have been doing so for quite a long time. And we're talking about community driven stuff and also like official meetups as well. So huge kudos to everybody organizing and everybody showing up. It's really excited to see. I love seeing videos and pictures on the timeline. So I'm going to throw it over to you, Lucas. Do you know where the next ones are happening? Can you share a little bit of insight there?
Yeah, we have quite a few coming up. We had one 4 days ago in Grodno, Belarus, organized by Tatiana. So that's one's done already. And on November 8th, we'll have another big one in Hanoi, Vietnam, hosted by Fire Launcher and Dreamer. So this is the next big one.
No, very cool, and I see them down in the listener section as well. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody. Exciting, man. Really. Huge thanks to everybody for keeping the energy alive and creating spaces and events for people to come and connect in person. Another one of my favorite things, and sort of ties into what I mentioned earlier, just the connection that you can have with not only the team but the other community members, and you can share your passion, right? So really cool stuff. All right, we're coming up on the end of the town hall, but I guess before we wrap up, I mentioned it earlier. We want to take a few minutes for something we always love doing: community questions. There were an absolute ton. Hang on just a sec. Can everybody hear me?
yeah,
I just got word that it
Yeah,
went
yes, we
silent.
can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, sorry. I got a message saying that it went silent. Okay. I forgot where I was at. Oh, community questions. I know that I got a ton of notifications. Normally, when I get tagged on posts, I turn the notifications off. I did not on this one, obviously, because I wanted to see as many questions as possible, and there were a ton. So let's get started, and we're going to go through a few. Let's go rapid fire. Jan, are you ready for the first one?
sure.
All right, here we go. Will GGUSD be used within Stepn in the future?
It's our ultimate goal, right? So, but we probably gonna take some time to make it happen. So yeah, just bear with us.
All right, perfect. What's coming up next in Stepn Go? Is it a charm, Genesis enhancement? What do we got?
Yeah, so we mentioned that. So you're gonna be social feature, you're gonna be charm, and you're gonna be to do with human interactions in the app.
Very cool. Another one that I saw asked about quite a bit. I would like to know when legendary sneakers will be implemented on Stepn.
One thing I'm thinking is that we're probably gonna do this through several steps, and the first step is to actually bring it live, which it is now already in the pipeline of discussion and implementation.
I know there are a lot of people that are really excited to hear that, so hang tight.
And I'm also
Coming.
excited. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'm really pumped for that one. Also something that I'm really pumped about. Jan, when is the next collab?
We can say that in the next one for Halloween and other things we plan in November.
Yeah, I squeezed Lucas to death for the
Yeah.
alpha on that one, so we'll hold off. All right, so let's do one more. Are there any plans to introduce the GMT chain in the future?
We actually thought about it, and believe it or not, we actually built some of the infra there, but we realizing that it's actually a better sort of pathway for us to support our portfolio company called Deal, and they are building their own layer one chain. and they are now actually on the Solana, sorry, on the Balance Alpha. So they actually build a chain that faster and cheaper. So we say, why even bother for us to build something, layer 2? So we just don't do it anymore.
Well, there you go. And I think that's all we'll take for the questions. And so, yeah, really exciting town hall. I think a lot of fun updates, a lot of fun information, fun recaps as well. So appreciate it. Lucas and Jan, thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to talk because it's my favorite thing to do and it's probably the only thing that I'm good at ever. So I appreciate Jan. Thank you as always to the community for listening in, for being engaged, for being along with us for this awesome ride. And I'm really, really excited for the next 2 or 3 months. We've got some really fun things coming in and I cannot wait for everybody to see it with their own 2 eyes and ears.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thanks for hosting. See you next month. Bye.
Thanks, everybody.